Hello, friends. Imagine this. You create a great trading plan. You do full chart analysis. You even take your entries right on time. But still, you end up in loss. Why does this happen? Have you ever thought, is trading really just a game of strategy? Or is it something deeper, a mental game? A game where your real opponent is not the market, but your own emotions, your fear, greed, anger, and patience. This is exactly what Brad Steenbarger explains in his best-selling book, Trading Psychology 2.0. This book doesn't teach strategies. It teaches you how to think like a professional trader. Because if you can't control your mind, you can't control your trading either. You must have seen it too. Two traders take the same trade. One wins, the other loses. What's the difference? The difference is emotional control and self-awareness. If you overtrade, if you get angry after losses, if you fall into FOMO or revenge trading, then this video could be a turning point for you. Today we'll talk about that mindset which can turn you into not just a trader, but a consistent winner. To do that, we need to go to a level of the mind where most traders don't dare to go. So let's dive into the world of Trading Psychology 2.0, where trading doesn't just happen on charts, it happens in the mind. Chapter 1, The Trader's Mindset. The first chapter starts with a powerful truth. Success in trading doesn't come just from strategy or technical skills. It comes from your mindset, the invisible force behind every decision you make. Author Brett Steenbarger says, "The traders who lose the most are not the ones with bad strategies. They're the ones whose emotions control their decisions." A trader's mindset is a mix of your thoughts, your habits, your emotional reactions. When someone is new to trading, they often believe, if I just find the best indicator, the perfect entry, or a secret tip, I'll make lakhs. But the truth is, the market doesn't run on logic alone. It's an ongoing battle between your fear, greed, anger, and patience. Steenbarger explains that we get thousands of thoughts every day, and many of them directly affect how we trade. Let's say you had a big loss yesterday. Today, you might take extra risks, or you might avoid trading completely. Why? Because your past emotions are controlling your present decisions. This is called emotionally driven trading, and it's one of the most dangerous things a trader can do. Now here's the turning point of this chapter. A successful trader doesn't just study the market, he studies himself. He learns to spot the situations where he tends to make mistakes. He finds his triggers, and he works on controlling them in real time. This is where self-awareness becomes your greatest edge. Because once you start understanding yourself, the market starts making more sense. But it's not just about motivation or positive thinking. To become mentally strong, you need to train your mind daily. Things like mindfulness journaling, performance reviews. These aren't just routines, they turn you into a mental warrior. That's where your real journey as a trader begins. It's what separates you from the crowd. The chapter ends with a hard-hitting reminder: if you're not ready to learn from the market will punish you again and again. So here's a question for you. Have you ever asked yourself, was your biggest trading mistake really because of your strategy or because of your mindset? Maybe the answer to that will be the true start of your professional trading journey. Chapter 2, Psychological Capital, Your Biggest Trading Asset. In this chapter, Brett Steenbarger introduces a powerful but often ignored concept: psychological capital, also called mental capital. Just like you need money to trade, you also need mental strength to succeed. In fact, mental capital might be even more important than financial capital. Steenbarger says most traders focus on charts, strategies, and technical analysis. But they ignore the most important part: their own mind. Think about it. If your mind is tired, your confidence is low, or you've lost motivation, no trading system in the world can make you profitable. So what exactly is psychological capital? It's made of 4 key pillars: optimism, the belief that good things can happen; confidence, trust in your abilities; self-efficacy, the belief that you can handle challenges; resilience, the power to bounce back from losses. These 4 are the foundation of a professional trader's mindset. Let's say you had a huge loss yesterday, but today you come back to your screen with focus and energy. That's mental capital in action. It helps you learn from your losses, stay confident, and keep going without breaking down. But here's the key insight. You can't build this from books or tutorials. It comes from real-life experiences, reflection, and improving how you react emotionally. Every time you face your fears, control your greed, take a loss and learn from it, you're building your mental wealth. And it doesn't stop at trading. Your entire lifestyle affects your mental capital. Your sleep, diet, fitness, and relationships all play a role in how strong your mind is under pressure. Because if your personal life is full of stress, that stress will follow you into your trades too. The core message of this chapter is crystal clear. You cannot become financially strong until you become mentally strong. And now, here's a question that might shock you. You probably track your trades, your profits, your losses every day. But have you ever tracked your emotional state, your mental energy, your confidence levels? Maybe it's time to realize the state of your mind is even more important than the state of your trading account. Chapter 3: Coaching the Trader's Brain, or How to Train Your Mind Like a Pro. In this chapter, Steenbarger shares a really interesting idea. If we go to the gym to keep our body fit, why don't we coach our mind to improve our trading? Every day, our brain is full of thoughts, emotions, fears, and hopes, and all of these directly affect our trading decisions. But here's the problem. Most people don't know how to train their mind. They believe that every thought they have must be true. But that's not the case. Especially when we're emotional, our mind often lies to us. That's why Steenbarger says, you need to treat your mind like a coach treats an athlete. Observe it, give it feedback, help it improve a little every day. A good coach doesn't just point out your weaknesses, he also finds your strengths and makes them stronger. This is the kind of mental coaching every trader needs to do. Steenbarger also introduces us to a powerful concept, metacognition. Thinking about your thinking. Ask yourself before a trade, am I doing this out of fear? Or is this a disciplined move? When you ask that, you're stepping back like a coach and seeing yourself clearly beyond emotions. Another gem from this chapter, the more you observe your own behavior, the more patterns you'll start to see. Like taking big risks after a loss, getting overconfident after a good win. Once you spot these patterns, you can start breaking them. That's real coaching, not just improving skills, but also reprogramming bad habits. But remember, this isn't a one-day fix. It's a consistent journey. Ask yourself every week, how did I improve my thinking this week? When this becomes your habit, you're no longer just a trader. You become a mature, clear-minded decision maker. At the end of the chapter, Steenbarger says something powerful. Great traders are great self-coaches. If you can learn to understand and improve yourself, no one can beat you in the market. So here's a question for you. Have you ever challenged the way you think? Have you ever stepped back and looked at your trading behavior like a coach would? Or are you still stuck in the same mindset that keeps giving you the same results? Chapter 4: Building Positive Trading Habits. Your habits decide your future. This chapter begins with a powerful question from Steenbarger. Do you want to keep becoming the kind of person who does what you do every day? Let that sink in. Most traders enter the market full of big dreams and expectations, but it's not their goals that define them. It's their daily behavior and habits. These small, everyday actions either bring you closer to your goals or push you further away. Steenbarger explains something important. Most traders know what they should do, but they end up doing something else. Why? Because of bad habits like overtrading, ignoring stop loss, trading without a plan. These aren't just random mistakes, they're repeated behaviors, often done unconsciously, and unless you break them, no strategy will save you. Now, here's the good news. Changing habits isn't hard if you build them with intention. Every time you follow your trading rules, control your emotions, stay disciplined, you should celebrate it. Write it in your journal, repeat it, feel good about it. because this creates a new pattern in your brain. Steenbarger shares a deep psychological truth. Repetition with awareness builds identity. That means if you do something the right way, and you do it with full awareness, it slowly becomes who you are. This is the heart of this chapter. Retrain yourself to become a better trader. He also reminds us that bad habits form on their own, but good habits need conscious effort. That's why you need a simple daily routine. Ask yourself after every trading day. 1. What did I do well today? 2. Where did I go wrong? 3. What one thing can I improve tomorrow? These small questions bring big changes over time. And here's a big insight. Your habits aren't just built while trading, they come from your overall lifestyle. The way you start your morning, sleep at night, manage your relationships, all influence your mindset, and your mindset controls your trades. Bring structure into your life, and structure will follow into your trading. The message of this chapter is simple but powerful. What you do every day shapes your future. If you work on becoming a better trader daily, no market can stop you. So now ask yourself, are your habits aligned with the trader you want to become? Or are you stuck repeating the same old patterns? Maybe that one honest answer is the real beginning of your growth. Chapter 5. The role of creativity in trading. Are you just following the market or flowing with it? In this chapter, Brett Steenbarger brings up something that most traders never even think about: creativity. Now, when we hear the word creative, we usually think of artists, musicians, or writers. But Steenbarger says, a trader is also an artist. Why? Because every trade is a new decision, a new moment, a new challenge. And just like an artist reads the canvas, a trader reads the mood of the market. The truth is, trading is not a fixed game. There's no single strategy that works all the time. Markets keep changing, sometimes trending, sometimes range-bound, sometimes volatile, sometimes flat traders who are too rigid, who stick to just one style or system, they often get stuck. But a creative trader adapts. They observe, experiment, and evolve. Creativity in trading means seeing new opportunities, reading between the lines, spotting what others miss. When the crowd is stuck in fear or greed, a creative trader steps back and asks, what is the market really telling me? What's the bigger picture? Where is the smart money moving? But here's the key point. Steenbarger says creativity isn't just gut feeling. It comes from deep observation. A trading journal, reviewing old trades, learning from past market conditions. It's about building a mental database, and then, when a similar situation arises, you use your experience, like an artist uses his brush, to make the right move. A creative trader isn't scared of being wrong. They don't see a loss as failure. They see it as feedback. They're not trying to force the market to follow them. They learn to flow with the market. A professional trader dances with the market, not fights it. Steenbarger also reminds us, creativity is not a talent you're born with. You can develop it. How? Explore different markets and sectors. Ask new questions. Look at data from fresh perspectives. Be curious. Be flexible. Start asking yourself, can I see this chart differently? Is there an opportunity here that most traders are missing? These small questions lead to big breakthroughs. The message of this chapter is clear. The traders who go far are the ones who think differently. They don't just follow rules, they create with purpose. So ask yourself today, are you just reacting to the market or creating with it? Are you seeing every new market condition as a blank canvas? Or are you painting with the same old brush? Maybe your next level of trading won't come from more rules, but from more creative thinking. Chapter 6. Creating a self-improvement program. If you want to win in trading, first, win over yourself. In this final chapter, Brett Steenbarger brings everything together and shares a powerful truth. Trading isn't just about making money, it's about becoming a better version of yourself. Steenbarger believes that every serious trader should have a self-improvement plan. Because no strategy or tool will help you in the long run unless you improve your mindset and behavior from within. The market gives us chances to grow every day. A loss is a lesson, a win is feedback. But many traders miss these opportunities. They either blame themselves after a bad trade or get overconfident after a good one. A professional trader does something different. They reflect on each trade. They look at their thoughts, emotions, and decisions and ask, what did I do right? What could I do better? This habit creates a powerful loop of reflection, feedback, action. And when done daily, this loop upgrades how you think, decide, and respond to the market. Steenbarger says, self-improvement isn't just reading motivational quotes or watching YouTube videos. It's about real and consistent change. Small steps, taken regularly, that slowly build better habits, stronger focus, and emotional balance. If you improve 1% every week, the change in 1 year will be massive. Here's something very deep from this chapter. As you grow as a trader, you also grow as a human. Because in trading, you're constantly facing your fear, your greed, your ego, your impatience. And when you stop running from these emotions and start learning from them, you don't just earn money, you gain self-mastery. Just like a musician tunes his instrument before every performance, a trader needs to tune his mind and methods every single day. This daily reset is what keeps your growth consistent. Final message of the book. Trading can be a spiritual journey because through it, you meet yourself every day. You understand who you are, and you learn how to grow. So here are 4 powerful suggestions from Steenbarger to help you apply this in your life. 1. Journal your trades every day. 2. Write your mental state in 2 words, e.g., focused or anxious. 3. Ask yourself weekly, where could I have done better? 4. Every month, add 1 positive habit to your routine, like meditation, waking up early, or reading a book. These small actions will guide you toward big growth. One last powerful reminder. Trading is a mirror. It reflects who you are inside. So before you analyze the chart, analyze the person looking at the chart, because in the end, real growth begins when you start improving the person behind the screen.